Good morning, good morning, good morning. Get My Sports here. DC in the building. Literally, I'm down here at the Battery today. We got some events going on. See how my boys so nice and cozy at the houses, and some people had to get up for work at 27-degree weather day. D minus, is it nice and toasty at your house?
Yeah, feel pretty good, man. I mean, I ain't complaining. Real nice and toasty, man. How y'all doing this morning?
Fucking sucks, man. So like he didn't have to get up and go outside and like
Nope.
scrape the ice off his window.
Nope.
Let's just check in on the Hawk. Hawk, you're out there in Texas. You got frost on your window this morning. You just one of them guys that don't care either.
Let me look.
You motherfucker.
No, there's zero frost on the windows.
This segment is brought to you by Gatorade. That does not keep you warm. It will refresh you, but you can drink as much of this shit you want to. It's not going to keep you warm.
Unless you pour some Fireball in it, and then it might keep you warm.
Let me ask you a question, Mike. If you were going to go ahead and put some Fireball in Gatorade, what flavor are you going with? We'll help Gatorade out here.
That's a good question. I've never done that. I'd probably go with that orange that you have there. Actually, orange is one of my favorite. Just like their regular orange, which I'm pretty sure is what you had. Orange is one of my favorite Gatorades. So that is probably. I don't know. There's not too many flavors of Gatorade that would go well with Fireball because Fireball has that cinnamon taste to it, So,
I don't think D-Minus, what do you think? You drink Gatorade, you Gatorade. Yeah. If you were going to drink a Fireball, what would you put with a Fireball?
Nothing, because I don't drink Fireball. I think that shit is disgusting. I would just drink straight up Gatorade all day. No Fireball. I don't mix any of my liquors, man. So the closest thing I come to is an old fashioned.
Facts.
That's about it.
That is facts. If D-Minus is going to mix a drink, it's going to have an ice cube in it.
There you go.
So, Mike, I'm thinking, man, what about the white one, cherry, wild cherry? Wild cherry and cinnamon would work, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think that would be okay. Listen, when I was younger and in high school and had no business drinking and Fireball wasn't really a thing yet, and then when Fireball became a thing, I was just drinking that stuff like water, man. I don't know what to tell you.
I mean, it's the cheapest. You feel like you're pretty drunk because it's pretty high potency. All right, so we're all dads here. I know we're not all dads, but Mike's in the pro. Are you, Mike? You dad?
Yeah, I got 2 kids.
That's right. You got 2 kids. Okay, so we're all dads here. I just wonder if you went and got deployed in the military, and you came back to this, what would you do?
Came back to
Oh, you're gonna see. Here we go.
Just because you was deployed for 18 months don't mean this ain't your baby.
I don't know what your mommy told you.
She's 6 months.
Wow, so this is on for a year.
Oh no!
Hey, daddy. Say, hey, yeah, go to daddy. Go to daddy. Yeah, go to daddy.
Who's your dad?
All right, we don't watch any more of it. That was the part I liked the most. So you pick up this child that's 6 months old after being deployed for 18. We all know that shit don't add up. And you hold the baby up and you go, "Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy, D-Minus?"
First of all, I wouldn't even pick the child up to begin with. Everybody in that house is getting told. I mean, it ain't no. Like, come on, man. Really, you been gone for a year. You got a 6-month-old baby. Come on, man. Really?
You're actually a year and a half. A year and a half. You were deployed for a year and a half.
I ain't picking no baby up.
Mike, you actually did get deployed. So, you went off. And you come home 18 months later and there's a 6-month in your house. How you feeling?
Oh, well, first of all, there would be no 6-month-old in my house because when I was doing my thing, I was single the whole time. So ain't because of reasons like that. You hear about stuff like that all the time from other dudes in the military. It's like, bro, I don't know how long these women think that it takes to get pregnant and then carry the baby for the amount of time that you carry it for. But her math wasn't mathing. So
Go baby. Yeah, go baby.
she's got some issues. The first thing I'm doing is I'm going wherever I got to go and say, hey, let's get this DNA test. As the great Medea once said, call Dana DNA. I'm getting that DNA test.
Yeah,
all facts. D-Mize, I like your answer the best there because D-Mize said, fuck that. I ain't leaving no DNA, no fingerprints. I never touched that baby. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Nope.
No. I just like the way he picked it up. He's like, yeah. That's a new meaning to the word.
And then DC, and then I'm going to jail too because
I'm going to jail.
Yeah, I'm going to jail.
I'm definitely going to jail. After I put the child aside, yeah, we going back to 1972, Ike style.
Tell you, bro.
Hey, let me show you what I learned how to do. Go ahead.
But the audacity of that woman
right
to try and pass that off is insane.
I mean, I like the way he's looking at the baby's face too, like
just looking at it like, who could be the daddy?
Who your daddy?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's like
he gave the perfect line, which is "Who's your daddy?" Because it ain't me.
As he's turning the baby side to side, you know what he's doing. He's looking to see which one of his homeboys could have fucked his woman while he was gone.
That's
what
I'm saying.
That's what I'm doing. Somebody's dying.
Yep.
Whoever looks the most in my friend group that lives near my woman, you dead. You dead.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask no questions. D-Mize, speaking of dead, what the hell is going on with his rushing record and Saquon Barkley?
Yeah, 105 yards short of becoming the NFL leading rusher. Philadelphia had decided to bench Saquon Barkley on the last game of the season to prevent him from getting 105 yards. How you guys feel about that? Is this the right decision that the Eagles made, man? Benching this guy, he don't need and he's doing it to his former team, which is the Giants, which is the only that I figured that they was going to play him because just to stick it to the Giants, man. How you guys feel about this, man? I mean, 105 yards short, but then you also got, the playoffs coming up. He got to be healthy. Could be possible Super Bowl, but what do you guys think, man? I want to get y'all perspective on it first. How you guys feel about this record being 105 yards short and they benched him last game? What are you guys' thoughts?
So I'll chime in first here. I honestly believe, I've seen Saquon through the years. I honestly believe Saquon does not want to deal with the media bullshit of that asterisk.
Yeah.
Because Dickerson has said nothing other than, don't forget I did it in 16 games. Okay? And he's very polite. Yeah, if you beat it, you beat it. Good job in 17 games. So if he beats it, which I'm with D-, what a great way to beat it. Beat it against your old team, didn't use you right. I get all that. But here's the other side. I really think Philly's going to throw this game just to make sure the Giants go lower in the pick because they're in their division. Why would you don't need to win this game if you're Philadelphia. You can't, if you win or lose, you're in the same spot.
Yeah.
Why would you want to go in there and let Saquon beat up on the Giants and give them a better draft pick? So I'm kind of on the fence because I want to see it happen, but I don't think Saquon wants to deal with the press. What do you think, Hawk?
I get what you're saying about the press. We've seen Barkley, but you got to remember that Barkley came from New York, and New York media is ridiculous, and they've never really won anything in recent memory. So, that includes the Yankees, that includes the Mets, the Giants, the Jets. Throw any team you want in there, the Knicks. And so you're just in this position where you're just getting battered by the media. And, DC, our people are over there. All the Italians are over there. These tempers, these, they say whatever's on their mind. There's no filter. So, and then to leave a place like that and go to Philly where they're just as bad, is just
yeah.
Yeah, and so it's just kind of crazy. I think the reason why he's going to be out is going to be because I'm sure someone in the front office or brass or whatever said, "Hey, what is more important to you, us making this Super Bowl run or you getting that record?" And like the obvious answer there is like, yeah, records are cool, but you know, let's get this championship. I think that's much more of like what they're thinking. And so he's probably sitting out for that reason. But you can't tell me there's not that little piece in the back of his mind that's like, bro, I'm 105 yards away. It's against the Giants of all teams. Like, let me go get that, you know? And honestly, he would have gotten it.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I also remember this. He's only 20 minus. Don't I have next year to do it in 16 games?
Yeah.
Like right now, all you've heard is I did it in 16. I did it in 16. If I'm Saquon, I'm going to go to the playoffs. And actually, Saquon decided that he's on the side with the Eagles of City. He wants to sit as well. If I'm him, I'm coming back next year. I'm doing it in 16. I might even do it in 15.
Yeah.
Just because of all the flack from him. What do you think, D-Minus?
Yeah, I agree with you guys. I agree with both of you guys' statements on this. But one thing I like about Saquon, man, I don't think he care about the records like that, because even early in the games in Philly he could have broken the rushing record in one game, I think. And the coach went to him on the sideline and said, "Hey, I can keep being." He said, "No, give it to somebody else. Let them run it." Yeah. He don't care about records and stuff like that. He want to win and want to be healthy. So I think in that perspective, I think that Saquon is really not. I agree with your Hawk. I think in the mind he want to break it, but at the same time, I think he want to be smart about it too, because he can go in first play of the game, twist his ankle, out for the playoffs. You know, just gone. Like, so I think in that perspective, I think that Saquon, he don't really care about the record too much. I think he more care about winning the championship, man. That's what I think.
How many players this year did a spin into a reverse hurdle over a man, landed on his feet, and scored?
Yeah.
I've seen plenty of people jump folks.
Yeah.
But I ain't never seen nobody spin and directly out of the spin, reverse hurdle a man, come back on my feet and score a touchdown. That play was amazing.
Got to be the player of the year, man, because even though he didn't score, but just how he did that, man, like, this guy's not human at all. Like, I've never seen that shit before. Like, that shit is crazy.
Facts. Mike, we're going to give you Kutta's story, and you get to be King Kutta for a minute. First of all, how you feeling being a king for a minute?
I mean, I guess it'd be pretty cool, but you know, hopefully I don't. Hopefully I keep the seat warm until he gets back, because you know I'm not really feeling the seat. So
well, that's the bad part about having a seat. Now that you have agreed to be in the seat, D-Minus, I believe Kutta had a minute in HR today. You want to take care of that? I'll give you that.
I'm not.
Okay. I'm just here as a seat filler. Okay. I want it to be known that these actions that my client may or may not have committed, I am not responsible for. I'm just here to pass the message along.
I love it. My client. I love it. Good rebound there. For all those out there wondering what Kutta's doing, this is going to be funny. Hey, and you know what your girl said? He's already a king. That's what you know. When your girl's listening, when she says little things like that. Shout out to Liz there. Great comment, Liz. You know what Kutta's doing right now? He had a leak in his house in one of his pipes. And he said, "Fuck the plumber. I'm going to handle this myself." And I'm going to read the text that I sent after. Okay? Only because it wasn't in the Get Money Sports place. Okay. I said, "Hey, by the way, there is a sponsor at the station who's a plumber. If you need help, please call me." And he said, "Bump that. I got this." So right now, D-Minus, how much plumbing skills does your brother have? To your knowledge.
We both have plumbing skills, so I have no doubt that my brother can handle it.
So, well, HVAC and plumbing kind of go hand in hand in a lot of ways. So
I don't know that. So if he says he can handle this, you think he can handle it?
Yeah, because we do a lot of we do HVAC work and shit like that. So we do a lot of plumbing for customers, not like house plumbing, but it's more the same thing: PVC piping, copper, and all that stuff. So We do that kind of stuff. So I have no doubt that he can handle it.
All right. So shout out to King Kuta. I hope his house has a crawl space. And right now he's on his back, like scooching across, looking for a leak with a flashlight in his mouth. Shout you out, Kuta. And I hope there's nothing under the house today. So Mike,
he's got the headphones in. He's in this crawl space up under his house, listening to you talk shit, and he's just like, bro. He's just sitting there thinking to himself, bro, I can't stand DC.
All right. The good part, if he's on his back, he can't text. So
Right.
you're gonna get into the shots you want to get in. Mike, what's going on with Patrick Mahomes? Did he get snubbed?
Patrick Mahomes. Okay. Is this the first time in his career? It might be the first time in his career.
So.
But 2-time Super Bowl champion quarterback Patrick quotations Kermit Mahomes was left out of the Pro Bowl selection. Was he snubbed or was this expected? I'll kick it to D-. I want to hear what D- has to say as our representative over here, who probably has the most hatred for Patrick Mahomes out of the three of us. Well, maybe DC does as a Raider fan, but
Right.
It's definitely Derek. I have fun with him.
That's the thing with Patrick Mahomes. Has he had a good season? No, he haven't had a good season at all. Is it other quarterbacks that was in front of him that possibly, like Josh Allen, you got Lamar Jackson, you got other quarterbacks that was better than him this year. So no, I don't think he got snubbed. I just think he had a bad year. He didn't have the top quality receivers that he used to having. Even though Worthy was a rookie, and then you tried to get Juju Smith, he got injured. So a lot of injuries, but they still 15-1. So you still got to take into account that he still is a valuable part of that team. However, did he get snubbed? I don't think he got snubbed because I think it's 2 or 3 quarterbacks that's in front of him right now that was better than him, which is Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson. So, no, in my opinion, I don't think he got snubbed. I think it was the right decision. Just because he got that name, Patrick Mahomes, doesn't mean that he get an automatic bid to the Pro Bowl, which who cares about the Pro Bowl anyway? But that's another story. But anyway, no, I don't think he got snubbed. I think 2 quarterbacks were deserving to have him, which is Lamar and Josh Allen. That's my opinion.
So to add to that, I'll add some numbers and send it back to the Hawk. He is currently 6th in total QBR. So there's actually 5 quarterbacks better than him at 8.5. He is also 7th in total yards with 3,928 passing yards. 7th in touchdowns, 26 touchdowns. Middle of the field don't make a Pro Bowl, but I don't think he's had a bad year. Yeah. If you are 6th and 7th in quarterback rating out of 32 teams, you just didn't have a Patrick Mahomes year.
Yeah, I agree with that. He didn't have a Patrick Mahomes year, right?
I don't think he got snubbed. I just think we're realizing it because we're so used to seeing him there.
Yeah. And
rumor has it that him and Miss Piggy are in Rio. That's where I'm going, Hawk. What do you think?
The reality is this: when you look at the Kansas City Chiefs as a whole, Patrick Mahomes is just under 4,000 yards for the season, which is a career low. He has thrown for a career low in yards while his interception numbers are up there.
11.
He's got 11 on the year. I think the highest he's ever had is 13 or 14, but those were years where he threw for over 5,000 yards. Mm-hmm. So QBR can be good because you can be efficient as a quarterback and not make mistakes or have incompletions, but like not really be putting a lot of stats up there. Another thing is like D- said, he's been missing some guys. Rashee Rice gone for the year. Even his bell cow running back Pacheco was on IR for a good chunk of the season. Right. Travis Kelce has been non-existent for most of the season. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you are the type of person that thinks that Juju Smith-Schuster is a acceptable fill-in for a starting receiver in the NFL. He is not. you can put him on almost any team, and he'd be a number 3 receiver, just because he's past that point in his career, you know. And you know they've got a little platoon of guys that they like to use at receiver that can come in, but none of them are consistent. And I think that's ultimately what it comes down to. The reason the Chiefs are where they're at as far as their record goes is that defense is real. Spagnuolo is real, and they can still. Where they say D-, how do you win championships? Defense wins championships. So that's why they're where they're at. Do I think he's a snub? Absolutely not. I think Patrick Mahomes is exactly where his play has proven he should be. And I think next year in this draft, they're gonna realize, okay, we need to upgrade at a couple of positions, because when one guy goes down, our offense goes down, and that is an issue.
Facts.
So,
I really wanted to hear Kunta say Kermit when he made that name. I wasn't sure why that was in there, but I was just like really wanted to hear him say that. The new CFP, in my opinion, has seen its first flaw. I think a lot of people are on the same thing. I'm just going to say in my opinion because I'm a Georgia fan. And I'm not saying that the CFP fucked up our chances. I'm just saying the CFP, all the buys lost. Every team that had a buy lost. Talking about your 1, 2, 3, and 4 teams, the best 4 teams in the country, all lost after a bye. My question to the panel is, did they miss the rankings, or did the bye actually hurt those teams? Mike.
I think the way that they do the ranking messed it up. I don't know if the bye necessarily hurt, but the ranking definitely messed it up because Georgia gets a bye, right?
Yeah.
Texas beat everyone in their path except for Georgia. They lost to Georgia twice. But you could put Georgia at 1 and you could put Texas at 4. You know, I feel like Texas was better than
I agree.
Multiple teams that were in consideration. Texas would have beat Boise State. Texas did beat Arizona State, and that was a great game, but they did beat them. And then you could look at a team like Penn State, and you're like, why were they playing week 1? Because I don't know if you've watched Penn State. I was guilty of not really watching very much Penn State this year, and then I watched Penn State play football, and I'm like, man, those dudes are flying around, you know, and they're just a fun team to watch. Notre Dame was a team, admittedly, that I have not watched all season, just because I'm just generally not a fan of Notre Dame. They're kind of in that group with like the Chicago Cubs, where people just like them and you don't know why people like them, but they do. It seems to be like the white man's team, Notre Dame, Chicago Cubs, stuff like that.
Exactly.
And so it's a Catholic thing, yeah. And so, I don't know if the bye really plays into it. I think when you're executing at this level with these types of coaches, buys don't really matter, or they don't hurt, but they help. They help your guys get healthy. They're a little bit banged up. It helps them get them a little bit more healthy. But I don't think we're in a position where a bye is detrimental to a football team. But it has more to do with the seeding and the process of getting to the bye.
I went ahead and did some research on this for D- goes, just so I can reiterate that I'm not saying the bye hurt the Georgia Bulldogs, because the Georgia Bulldogs, that was their first loss since 1981 off of a bye.
Right.
So the bye usually strengthens Georgia, gives the coach more time to prep. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it for the other teams. D-, what's your opinion on this bye and the rankings with CFP?
Yeah, I agree with Hawk on that, because I don't think the bye had anything to do with it. I think the ranking, they need to change some type of ranking. I understand you win your conference, you automatically get a ranking, you get a bye, whatever. Because it was Georgia.
Boise State.
Yeah, Boise State, right?
Yep. Arizona State and
Oregon.
So,
yeah, with that being a ranking thing, conference win get you a bye, I'm guessing. I think they need to change the ranking on that because even though Boise won their championship game, they wasn't the best team in that conference. I don't think. But it goes to show that they have to do some work with this because this is their first year doing this. So I'm thinking they gotta have some type of analytics or whatever they gotta do to go back in this office and say, hey, I think we got it wrong this year. But are they gonna admit that though? Because they gonna probably say nothing's wrong with it. Let's add 4 more teams to this and make it even more complicated. Come on, man. Like, really? But I think the ranking need to be a little bit better because even structure better. Because I don't think that Arizona State or Boise State, not saying that they didn't have a good season, deserve to have a first round bye. That's just my opinion.
I totally agree with that. And what do you think? I've watching a lot of TikTok today and yesterday. The big thing is everybody that's a fan of anything but the SEC, they say this has exposed the SEC.
Yeah.
They're saying that the SEC doesn't go above the Mason-Dixon line, and this required them to go above it, and they all fucking lost, and blah, blah, blah. And they're saying the CFP has exposed that the SEC is not as powerful as they think it is.
Yeah.
And I just kind of wonder, like, at the end of the year, what the closing rankings were. Do you realize that Arizona State and Boise State weren't even in the top 12?
Right.
With their numbers in the AP poll? Arizona State was 13, which would have made them not the top 12 teams in the country.
Right.
And Boise State, I think they were. I think Boise State was 8. But there was another team in there that was 16.
Yeah.
And, how do we solve this? If we're going to take 12 teams, how are we going to solve it where it's not the conference champions? It doesn't matter.
See, that's what I'm saying, and that's the thing. So I was trying to figure out like it should be 1 and 2 that should have a bye, and I don't know how you do the numbers or whatever, but I think 1 and 2 should have a bye.
Well, with the rest, you need to have 4 byes. There's no way around that. Unless you could do this, you would need no byes if you went to 16. Take the top 16 teams in the world. 1 plays 16, 2 plays 15, just like college basketball.
Yeah.
College basketball has had a bracket system going on for ages that has not been complained about. Why can't we just do that?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. It definitely has to change some kind of way because this first round bye thing for all the teams to win first round bye, that's a problem. Is it too much time in between these bowl games? That's have people like, come on, man, it's time to. I don't know. It need to be fixed some kind of way.
I totally agree. I don't know what the solution is. Hawk, you got a solution? You've been watching from the outside.
I like the idea to go into 16. The only thing that I really have an issue with is if you disrupt the college football season itself, that gives these teams a chance to build a resume. If you disrupt that season or you cut it short so that you can get into the playoffs, there's not enough time to build a resume. And then you look at prolonging the season too long, so now your national championships being played in like late February, you're talking about the Super Bowl is happening before the college football national championship is happening. I don't really like that either.
Right.
So this is the situation where you probably have to get this college football playoff committee and during the off season and sit around the table. And if you're the president of that committee, you look at them and you say, nothing is off the table. Let's throw stuff at this board and see what sticks. And then let's vote on it when we get down to a couple of things. But yeah, you got to bring some stuff to the table. They took way too long to come off the 1 game national championship,
Mm-hmm.
And so now they're in a good situation where, there is a playoff, teams don't really have a gripe anymore, like Alabama this last year, you don't have a gripe. You lost 3 games. You didn't deserve to be in the college football playoff, bottom line. And then you saw Alabama in their bowl game. So it is what it is. But yeah, there's a situation there where you're just going to have to get in that conference room and just see what you can come up with, because there's ideas out there, but then there's logistics that could potentially get in the way of that as well.
So I'm just going to put it out there real quick and just read these off real quick. So if it was to 16 games with just the same way that it happens over on the college basketball side, using the AP poll, Oregon would have played. This is round one. In round one of the Sweet 16 of football, you would have had Oregon play Clemson. Great game. Georgia played South Carolina. Great game. Texas played Ole Miss. Penn State, Miami. Notre Dame, Arizona State. Ohio State plays Alabama. Tennessee would play SMU. And Indiana would play Boise State. If you look at those are all pretty much even games, with the exception of Oregon against Clemson. But, Clemson could be kind of, sometimes. But the rest of those games are all games that would have been watched on TV. 100%. 100%. I'm in my feelings a little bit. I'm not sure how to fix it, but I know whatever we saw this year didn't work, and it has nothing to do with Georgia not being there, in my opinion. The reason why Georgia's not in it is because early in the game, while the referee was running down a line, number 39 got clocked. He has no plays this year. He has not played one play this year, and he cost us 15 yards during a drive. Whatever. D-Mize, when that guy got clocked, what'd you do? Did you watch it live?
Yeah, I watched that shit. And I don't really want to go back into this bullshit. But what thing about it is what got Georgia. I ain't even on that too much. 17 points in 54 seconds is what cost Georgia. That's what cost Georgia. And I've never seen that before. 17 points in 54 seconds ever in football, ever.
And you know what else? Cost Georgia was the fourth down and half a yard.
Yes.
Line up to punt, substitute all your guys out, bring in the offense. Bro, I'm sitting there screaming at my TV. I'm not even a Georgia fan, but I'm screaming at my TV. I'm like, they're not going to snap the football.
They're not going to snap the ball.
There's never. They wouldn't, like, of course there's a chance they could have had some nuts, right? And just ran a QB sneak or something. But in all likelihood, they were not going to snap the football. And if you're Georgia, you got to have more discipline than that to jump off sides like that. It'd be one thing if you claimed like an offensive lineman moved, but those dudes at Notre Dame were up there like statues. No one was even close to moving.
Nobody was even moving.
And so number 11 trying to shoot that gap. But it's like, bro, they weren't – I know it's heat of the moment because it's not like they came off a timeout or anything like that. It was like quick. It's like, okay, we got this 35 seconds on the play clock. Our punting team's in. Oh, now we're subbing. Like, everything's happening really fast. But you just have to know because, like, if Notre Dame is stopped there and they punt the ball away, Georgia gets the ball back, who knows what could have happened? There's enough time for some things to happen in that game. But as a result of them jumping off sides – and Notre Dame getting a fresh set of downs, they were draining the clock. They just ran the ball. Yeah. That's all they did.
Kirby Smart did not have his team prepared for this game at all. You can tell from the beginning.
He got out-coached.
Yeah,
he got out-coached.
He did not prepare this team at all to come and play Georgia football. We look pathetic.
Totally agree. This next segment is brought to you by Burn and Rock McTell. Let's do something happy. This segment is brought to you by Burn by Rock Patel, located in the Battery at Truist Park, open daily from 4 p.m. to midnight, Fridays and Saturdays till 2 a.m. I don't understand one thing about what God did, but I like it. When it's cold outside, titties get hard, and when you're at Burn, it's fun looking at titties. I don't know who decided to make nipples hard when it's cold outside, but hats off. Great night last night at Burn. I felt like a blind man looking for Brown. Dude, it was lit there. I'll tell you one thing else about the Battery when it's cold. Everybody's inside somewhere. Nobody's outside no more.
Right.
It was so cold last night. Jalen Milroe has declared to the NFL draft, and he will be the blank quarterback selected in 2025, D-.
I said possibly the 5th, maybe.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
Listen.
I mean, because I think is Jackson Dart coming out this year?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I heard he declared it.
So you got Dylan, you got Jackson. I think it's like 3 or 4 more in front of him that's a more quality quarterback. I said about 4th or 5th.
Hawk?
I said 6th. I'm not high on Jalen Milroe. I think he's been the worst Alabama quarterback since Mac Jones. And he's just, I don't know, there's something about him that's like missing. You saw last year he had that stretch of games where he was awful and was about to get benched, and then something clicked and he turned it on and was doing his thing. And it makes me wonder if Nick Saban was still there this year, would he have been benched? I don't know.
He'd have been benched in that Oklahoma game.
Oh yeah. For sure that game, but it's just like, I don't know. I look at him and I'm like, not only do you not look ready for the NFL, you barely look ready to be the starter in college, you know? So if you're struggling on that end, why should I believe that when you get to an NFL team where, guess what, everyone who's on that team was the best player on their roster in college, I'm now supposed to expect you to be this guy that can lead a franchise? I don't think so. So that's why I'm sitting at 6 with him.
I also have him at 6 as well for all the same reasons. I don't even know if 6 is high enough. If 6 might be too high. For all the same reasons. Yeah. The chances of NBA star Harrison Barnes returning to Dallas to help out the Mavericks with Luka out is more than blank. Hawk.
I would say likely, because where has he been?
He played. I think he was playing with in San Antonio. I mean, I said Sacramento. I think.
Playing in Sacramento.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I just didn't know if I was right on that. Sacramento hasn't been relevant since Chris Webber, so I don't know what to tell you about that. But yeah, I mean the Mavericks need some help. If you feel like that guy can come in and help your team, then go for it. And then when Luka gets back, you'll see what happens. But I mean, here's the thing: it don't really matter how old you are in the NBA. If you can hoop, you can hoop, just flat out. And especially in today's world, when no one goes in the paint, everyone's pulling up threes, all that type of stuff. If you're a guy that's proven that you can get in the paint a little bit, maybe you can drive a little bit, something like that, then yeah, he can help. Even if he comes off the bench, we've seen plenty of guys come off the bench and still be effective. That's why they have the 6th Man of the Year award, because those guys that come off the bench can be effective and help, because your starters need rest. And in those times of rest, you can change a game. So it'd be cool to see. I know that when he was in Dallas before, that he was well liked by a lot of people in Dallas, and they hated to see him go. But and if I remember correctly, he got traded while he was playing a game for the Mavericks.
That's right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think they like him.
What do you think, D-?
I think it's more than what they have right now. That's the answer. But I like Harrison Barnes. I think they got to get Klay Thompson more involved, because Harrison Barnes and Klay Thompson play with each other. So they know each other well enough to, make this a run. I think Kyrie need to step up and be the leader for that team right now. And I think with Klay and Harrison Barnes, I think it'll work out, man. I think they'll be all right, man. I think Dallas still will compete until Luka come back. I think so.
I put down the chances are more than likely that better than LeBron ever playing with Bronny Jr. ever again. Ronnie Jr. is currently averaging 8.4 points per game with 4 rebounds and 4 assists in the G League. So, Harrison Barnes, welcome back to the NBA with the Dallas Mavericks. So now I got a challenge for you guys, and I'm going to ask you, please do not use the internet.
Okay.
This is a challenge just between you and D-. I was really hoping Kuntz was going to be here for this, but you know what? If he's not here, he can't win. And that's what I didn't want him to win anyway. So,
Yeah.
as far as I'm concerned, this is a win-win for me because
You would have sent him to HR anyway for cheating. So
HR because he said some things in the chat box in our group that messed HR up. It's not me sending him to HR.
Yes.
HR.
I remember. I remember.
There was some comments made. You know, we might need to post our chat box. D-.
Yeah, because
So
he went almost insubordinate. It was almost insubordinate kind of shit, man. Like that you don't do that.
I'm telling you, don't piss off HR. All right, so the challenge today is which college team has produced the most players at each position before this year. This year does not count. You only get one guess per position. Whoever gets the most right is going to win. There are 8 positions. D-. I'm going to let you go first. Which college has produced the most quarterbacks?
Quarterbacks? I would say Ohio State.
Hawk?
Give me USC.
USC for the win. That's 1 for Mike.
Okay. Nice.
Running backs. Hawk.
By
the way,
in
my list, the only one I got right.
This is the only one you got right?
Out of 8 teams, this is the only one I got right when I did this challenge. I went 1 for 8.
Okay. I'll take this is a stretch because I can't really think of any teams, but give me Miami.
D-.
Damn, it's between 2. It's SEC, but it's between 2. Alabama.
Alabama's incorrect. No points there. The team was Nebraska.
Nebraska?
Dude,
What?
you better go back and look at all the people that came out of Nebraska.
What?
But not in recent memory, right? You're talking about back in the day.
History. Which college team has the most players?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the most players drafted at running back is definitely Nebraska. Okay, the most wide receivers, and I'm going to let you know there's a tie here, so you can get either one of them as a point. D-.
Damn.
By the way, you can agree with the other person. Like if D- was to say Alabama, you can say, yeah, Alabama. You can both get a point. You're not taking one out. D-. Wide receivers. Which college has produced the most players at wide receiver?
Damn.
In the NFL.
LSU.
Mike.
That was my pick, but I don't know if I want to switch it. Actually, I'll take Alabama.
Both are incorrect. It is a tie between USC and Miami.
I almost said Miami too, DC. I almost said Miami.
All right, so currently the score is 1-0. We're going to tight end. Mike, what college has produced the most tight ends?
Tight end.
Give me Penn State.
D-.
He was so confident with that, man.
It was really quick. I'll give you that.
It was real fast on that one, man. So he might have known some on that one. Tight ends. Hell, let's go with it. Penn State, I'm guessing.
You picked the wrong white college. It's Notre Dame.
Dang it.
Notre Dame.
I knew it was a white college. That was my thing. I was like, because we need these blocking tight ends. We're not talking about tight ends that are catching everything.
All right, we're not talking about the ones that catch. We're talking about the blockers. Where's the white boys? Where's the big white boys at? They're all They're all up in shout out to Walt Dudley.
What's up,
Good to
Walt?
see
How
you.
you doing, Walt?
Yeah, Yankees are spending money again. We know.
Yeah.
Okay,
do
going
what you do best.
offensive lineman, D-. Offensive lineman. What college produces the most players at offensive lineman?
Nebraska.
Mike?
Wisconsin.
It is Notre Dame again.
Ah, damn.
Oh. We both went for country white teams right
exactly.
there. We both had the same mindset. I was like, as soon as you said offensive lineman, I was like, there's no way it's not Wisconsin.
Yeah, or Nebraska, somebody, man. Shit.
Oklahoma.
That's crazy.
All right, defensive lineman. This is where it gets funny because the offense, you think big white boys. Defense, defensive line. Mike.
Oh, jeez. See, when you say this, my mind immediately goes to just a mean, nasty defensive tackle. And if I'm gonna go there, I think I'm gonna go with Alabama again.
D-.
I've been sitting here thinking the SEC because that's where them dogs come out. Oh
Yeah.
I would say Alabama is a good one, but I think it's somebody else. LSU.
LSU is incorrect. It is Miami.
Damn.
I didn't believe that
Really?
one. I didn't believe that one when I saw it either, but and it's by a lot. It's by a lot.
Miami?
All right, our last two here. D-, you need to get a point.
I know, right?
D- linebacker.
I'm trying to think who linebackers was. Shit. Shit. Who had a linebacker? Let's go Ohio State.
Mike?
Penn State.
Penn State is correct.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, that's going to be bad, D-.
Yeah,
Now,
no, that was
what
nice.
we can do here is you got to get a point not to get shut out. The Hawk is going to be the champion of one of the hardest games I've ever played. Hawk, you're first. Defensive back. You're up 2-0. What college produces the most players at defensive back?
Oh, let me get LSU on that one.
D-.
I was thinking LSU, but then I'm thinking of either Miami or Florida. Let's go Miami. I don't care. Let's go Miami.
That is incorrect. It is Ohio State.
Wow.
So just to recap that position, USC drafts the most quarterbacks. Nebraska running backs. USC and Miami are tied at wide receiver. Notre Dame has tight end and offensive line. Miami is defensive line. Penn State linebacker and Ohio State defensive back. Congratulations to the Hawk. We are going to the next segment here, brought to you by it's food time. Let's go ahead and spice it up.
All right. This top 5 is brought to you by Spice It Up this week. I thought about doing something different. I had I told the panel it's gonna be panel choice this week. Out of DC and King Kunta, I asked them did they have a top 5 just this week only, just see what they said. So DC responded first. Bam, we came up with the top 5 NCAA bowl games ever played. I like that. So you had to go back and do some research too a little bit and had to think about some bowl games. So brought to you by Spice It Up, top 5 NCAA bowl games ever played. Let's go, baby.
First off, I want to thank D- for letting us have a little taste of his topics.
Yeah.
soon as he put it up there, man, I don't think I was 3 minutes off. I was ready.
You damn sure was.
I'm ready to go. I love this top five. I used to play top five every week, but it was his idea first, so I couldn't do it. So D minus, brought to you by Spice It Up. What is in the top five NCAA bowl games ever played? What's your number five?
My number five is 2013, the Chick-fil-A Bowl, Texas A&M against Duke. Y'all remember Johnny Manziel?
Johnny Manziel.
These guys put up 100 points total in this game. Hell of a game, man, back in 2013. I remember that game, man. So, Johnny Manziel.
For me, it was another 100-point game. It was a 2018 Rose Bowl. And that was when Sony Michel and Nick Chubb combined for 326 rushing yards.
Yeah.
To beat Oklahoma 54-48, 102 points in overtime. Let's go. Mike, what you got at number five?
Number five for me is the 2016 Alamo Bowl, TCU versus Oregon, triple overtime. TCU beats Oregon 47-41. TCU, you could have, if you had a time machine and you can go back in time and you could put every dollar you own on TCU, you would have won all types of money because there wasn't a pundit, a guy that writes for a newspaper, a podcaster, anything anywhere that was riding with TCU. So even the TCU people were like, we're going to get killed by Oregon.
Yeah,
so
make some money and bet on Oregon.
Right.
That's why we're all so broke. At number four, spice it up, D-Mine.
Spice it up. I got the Rose Bowl, Texas against Michigan. When Vince Young beat Michigan on 38-37, man. I got that Rose Bowl. That's my four on that Texas-Michigan Rose Bowl.
My number four college football game, best bowl game I've ever brought by Spice Up, the 1984 Orange Bowl, the Orange Bowl, where you learn the word fumblerooski. My boy Bernie Kosar beat Miami. Miami 31. They beat Nebraska 31-30. Fumblerooski, the best word ever made in football. Mike, what's your number four?
Number four is the 2017 national championship. Clemson over Alabama, 35-31. Deshaun Watson hits Hunter Renfrow on the right side of the end zone when the lights are the brightest, and they win. And that was during the time when people were, I don't know, they just didn't believe in Hunter Renfrow. I don't know what it was. That dude was a menace at Clemson.
He was. Totally. D-minus, get us into number three, brought to you by Spice It Up.
This was the Sugar Bowl, man. Ohio State against Alabama. Cordell Jones, Ezekiel Elliott put up 230 rushing yards. Who forgot about Cordell Jones? What happened to him, man?
He gone. Never made it.
He played in the, I believe he played in the XFL or something like that.
Oh, did he?
Never made it. Yeah.
Damn.
He was seeing it go a lot better than that. I don't know what happened to him. My number three is a 2018 CFP championship when Alabama come back to beat Georgia because Tua came off the bench.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
I'm sorry. I'm a Georgia fan, but we take Jalen Hurts out. And some fucking left-handed punk from Hawaii comes in here and beats our ass in overtime 26-23. Great game. Terrible outcome, but great game. Mike, what you got?
I coincidentally had this same exact game.
It's a great game. It's solid.
Yes.
It's a great game.
You listen, in any program anywhere in the country on that stage, you could not expect a backup quarterback to come in and do what Tua did. That game was insane. And I don't like Alabama. I was rooting against them.
So what?
But when it happened, I was like, that is just unbelievable.
You remember cheering when Jalen Hurts went down, D-minus?
Oh man, I was like, we got this. We
weren't even together at the time. He was somewhere else and I was somewhere else. I guarantee you there wasn't a Georgia fan when Hurts went down and said, we got this motherfucker.
We got this.
points right now. We got this.
Yep.
And then, and I'm not going to lie, I really thought this year that we had a Tua and Gunnar Stockton.
You ain't lying.
Obviously, there's only one Tua.
But also what goes very underrated in that game is the coaching clinic by both coaches on both sidelines.
Facts.
They were both playing. They were both coaching their butts off and had their team playing great. So
definitely a chess game, not a checkers game.
Yeah.
D-, who you got number 2? Brought to you by Spice It Up.
Oh, the 2022 Peach Bowl, Georgia, Ohio State. I know DC loved this one. Ohio State missed that damn field goal.
I don't know what you're talking about. Like right at the crack of it is New Year's Eve. As the bell is rolling out, I'm in my backyard, fireworks are going off, and that motherfucker missed that kick. Karma, bitch. Karma.
Man, I'm telling you, man. I love that. That game, that was a hell of a game, man. Hell of a game.
I mean, that was so cool that the right at midnight.
Yep.
Like, sure goes ding, ding. And I'm like, oh shit.
Yep. Love
it. My number 2 brought to you by Spice It Up is the 2006 Rose Bowl. Vince Young versus Reggie Bush. I mean, come on. Yeah. Well, Texas 41, USC 38.
Yeah, man.
Just in case you didn't know, Vince Young was not a running back, but he ran just as much as Reggie did. What a great game that was. What do you got at number 2 there, Hawk?
I couldn't escape this list without taking a jab at the place and the team I hate the most, which is, of course, the Oklahoma Sooners. So give me the 2007 Fiesta Bowl, Boise State versus Oklahoma. Boise State runs what did they run? A double reverse at one point in the game, or a hook and ladder or something like that. And then to win the game, they run the Statue of Liberty play. Ian Johnson, running back at Boise State, scores the touchdown. And then after they win, proposes to his girlfriend. That dude played in the NFL. I think he played for the Vikings or something like that for a hot minute. And then that was it. But like Boise State, a lot like that TCU Oregon. Oklahoma was on a certain level, and Boise State was not on their level that year at all. And they showed up, they competed, and they pulled out the win. And much to my happiness, I filled up my drink cup that night with all types of Oklahoma tears.
All right, we are there. We are at the number 1 NCAA bowl game ever played. Brought to you by Spice It Up. D-, in your world, what was the best bowl game ever played?
It was your number 2. It had to be my number 1, man. That Rose Bowl, that 2006. You had Matt Lyon, Reggie Bush, Vince Young. Vince Young, 4th and goal. 4th and goal. Running in for the touchdown. Seal the win. Texas win. That was a hell of a game, man.
That was a great game. But my number 1, it is 38-19 in the third quarter. Does anybody know what game this is?
38-19.
It is 38-19 in the third quarter. The fourth quarter has just started, and young Jim McMahon, 1980 Holiday Bowl, playing for BYU, come back to beat SMU 46-45. One of the greatest comebacks I've ever seen. 38-19, and McMahon comes back and scores 31 points.
Damn.
To beat them by 1 in a quarter. Hawk.
That's what's up.
Just like D-, that 06 Rose Bowl was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Let me tell you a little bit of story about that 06 Rose Bowl, okay? I was in high school, and I was the only one that thought Texas was going to win. I'm a huge Vince Young fan. So I start making bets. I'm betting other kids' money. I'm betting other kids' clothes. I'm betting other kids' cigarettes. I'm betting
clothes.
I'm betting. I bet the staff, multiple teachers, people, office personnel.
Let's go.
I'm betting them lunch. And I tell you right now, if Texas lost that game, Bro, I graduated in 2007. If Texas lost that game, I would still be paying off bets right now.
Mike, as a local Italian, does anybody still owe you?
I mean, my family, but no one else. No one outside of the family.
Oh no, we don't mess with family. We don't mess with
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
No,
Hey.
bro, I had lunch for a month. I had money. I had whatever because I was cashing in. As soon as Vince Young ran that last play, stuck that ball out by the pylon. I went to school on Monday, just rubbing my hands together. I'm like, all right, where's my money? Let me get this duffel bag to carry all this stuff I'm about to get. You know, I was cashing in.
Bag cash. Duffel bag cash, duffel bag cash. All right, D-Mize, I want to thank you for letting me choose the topic for your Spice It Up.
Good topic, DC. Good topic.
I had fun with that. You know what? We only had 2 matches, and they were at the top, which is how it should be. This next segment is brought to you by Blue Moon Pizza, and we got another guest coming in. You might know him. You might not. Let's see. Hey, y'all better be ready over there at Blue Moon Pizza because my ass is coming today. I am less than a mile away from you. I can smell the pizza now. I know where you're at. Don't try to keep me out. I will be there at 12:30, maybe 12:25, maybe 12. I'll be there between when I leave here and 12:30. I'm gonna be there. Get my shit ready, please. Welcome to the show, Teddy TKO. What up, dog?
What's
TKO,
up? What's up?
happening?
What's up? How y'all doing?
What's going on?
Man, I can't be on the bottom. That's
Very good.
what the fuck happened right here.
Very
HR almost came and got me. TKO, Kunta's not here today,
Mhm.
and I know you saw the chat box.
Right.
And because you're not a Georgia fan or a Notre Dame fan.
Mhm.
What's your opinion on what should happen with HR and Kunta?
I should say that, let's be honest, you guys been getting him a tough time all year with the Georgia talk, you know. I would say that shout out to Notre Dame. I mean, it was a very good game. No disrespect to Georgia. I think that was a very hard fought game. But I would say let's give Kunta a break, man. Let's give him a pass this time around.
All right, so hold on a second. I'll be right back.
Mhm.
D-Minus, what the fuck's going on, man?
I don't know because that shit ain't happening. Because soon as he come back, his ass is grass. Soon as he come back. So I don't know what Teddy talking about. I'm gonna let Teddy pass this time because I was gonna call him in, but I'm gonna let Teddy pass this time.
All right,
That was
we-
almost insubordinate. That was
we're
almost
going to
insubordinate.
grant a first pass, but it's going to be for Teddy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm all right with that. All right, let's bring the guys back in.
All right.
Welcome back to the show. How's everybody doing today?
Yeah, we back. We back.
Yeah, Teddy woke up nice today. I'm gonna let you know right
Yeah.
now. Teddy, you shocked me right there. And you were gonna try to come up. And you know what, D-Mize, remember that one day they were both down in the bottom, and they said, "Yeah, we got the bottom down here."
Yeah.
They really are. He's really united with him, and I like that.
Right.
Well,
Right.
'cause what I would say is this, you know, because honestly, you know,
Don't
looking
try.
at the landscape of how the year was and what y'all said in the show earlier with all the 4 teams that had a bye week lost, you know, it had some more merit to it. So that's the reason I'm like, it wasn't just one team, all 4 of them lost. So, you know,
Yeah, it was crazy.
yeah.
Well, we're just gonna let you know here at Get Money Sports, the fuckery's not done. Kunta knows what's up. Knows his role here. You know, he's King Kunta. When you walk in and you give yourself a nickname like King Kunta and the Parlay Master and shit, you're gonna get fucked with. You're gonna get fucked with. We're all guys here, you know.
Right,
He just got a nice bone. Wait till Kunta comes after one of his teams.
Right.
It's gonna happen.
It will happen.
It definitely will. We know that.
It won't happen next week though, because he's probably listening while he's under the house,
Mhm.
working on that pipe, trying to text on his phone while he's there. He knows you with him now though, so he knows he's got a dog in the fight.
Oh yeah.
Only because of this season again, the way it unfolded, I'm with him on this at the back end of this.
Hey, look at Walt Dudley. Walt Dudley gave you
What's
a
up,
special
Walt?
one. I like that. He didn't even
That's
give
my
you a
man.
Go Yankees in yours. I don't like that.
Yeah, man, I appreciate
Yankees
Walt.
in it. But when Teddy gets one, he ain't got no Go Yankee in it. All right. Hey, Mr. Dudley, Tuesday at 2:00, you're scheduled with HR.
Damn.
Week 8. By the way, Walt Dudley is aging on. You might need to give him a couple passes. Week 18 is in the books, and King Kunta led the way. We don't care about that. He went 13-7, but he's not here, so that don't matter. D-Minus and the Hawk went 11-9. TKO went 10-10, but DC and the Sheriff stunk it up going 9-11. And my lead is not as good as it was before. That was a bad week to go 9-11, I think. No, it wasn't, because I have a 7-game. Okay, never mind. Scratch that comment.
Yeah, you good.
Hey, DC, I do have a question real quick.
I'm
Did you catch the what's the name of that bowl? The Mayo Bowl last night?
Of course, North Texas versus Texas, or the Virginia game.
Did you see no, that was Minnesota and yeah. Did you see the ending?
No.
Like not the ending of the game, but the post game.
No.
So they had someone dressed in one of those like is a mascot, and it was shaped like a giant jar of mayonnaise. And they'd been teasing the whole broadcast about how there was someone on there that, or under the mascot, that they were going to reveal at the end of the game. So they go over there, dude with the microphone goes over there and he's like, okay, it's time to reveal. And they take the top part of the mascot uniform off of them. Any guesses from the entire panel today on who that person was?
Inside a jar of mayonnaise?
No, it was a mascot uniform.
Mascot.
It looked like a jar of mayonnaise, but they took the top part off, and then you got to see who the person was.
Taylor
Any
Swift.
guesses?
Taylor Swift.
No. Anybody else?
White person. Probably Will Ferrell.
Person.
It wasn't. Okay, it's not exclusive to white people.
Okay,
I'll put it that way.
Oh,
There's no black guy getting in a jar of mayonnaise. It's
I
not.
don't know.
Yeah, so they pull the mascot off, right? And then they put a microphone under there as they were pulling it off, and all of a sudden you hear, "Yeah, boy!" It was Flavor Flav.
Oh, snap.
That's when you know your career is ended. If you're Flavor Flav, you've got to get in a mascot uniform shaped like a mayonnaise jar and go, "Yeah, boy!"
And then they sat the Minnesota coach down because Minnesota won the game. They sat him on a chair, and then they took a 5-gallon bucket filled with mayonnaise, and they gave him a mayonnaise bath over the top of his head. I personally, I hate mayonnaise. Listen, I've seen Undercover Brother. I have not liked mayonnaise since that movie came out. I swear to you, ever since that movie came out, I cannot touch mayonnaise. But that was just, I can't think of anything more disgusting than being doused in mayonnaise.
D-Minus, you are the winning coach of the Minnesota Gophers. And they say, "Coach, come over and sit down. We're about to drop 5 gallons of mayonnaise on you." What is your comment next?
I'm not doing it because first of all, it's not real mayonnaise because mayonnaise don't run like that. Mayonnaise is thick to me, in my opinion. So I don't know what the hell that shit is. So it's not mayonnaise. So they can cut that out.
That's totally disgusting.
You know what I would do? The bowl game don't matter anyway. I'm gonna find a way to lose. We're losing this game.
Exactly.
Because you're not putting mayonnaise on me.
No, hell no.
Yeah, that is disgusting.
But Coach, we really want to win on the way out. Well, fuck you. You coach that. I'll play quarterback.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Well, we only got 4 games left in college football, which is good because I have a 7-game lead, which means I can't lose. That's good. King Kunta's at 103. Teddy's at 101. D-Mine's at 96. So the fight is for second. Teddy, I'm pulling for you.
Oh, appreciate it. Have a chance.
I'm gonna let you know all Kunta's bets before you bet, because he's not here and I'm petty and I'm trying to start the year off right. If you want to know, Kunta's taking Liberty, Montana State, OSU, and PSU. Now, what you bet today is on you.
You know, it's sad. I got the exact opposite on everyone.
That's awesome.
Man.
So you have a chance.
Yeah, I literally do. Yeah.
That's awesome. I was going to put it down that way anyways, but I'm just
Yeah.
wanna let
I can show, all right, I'm gonna show everybody too.
you still have to say the words. We trust you, and it wouldn't matter anyways because
Yeah.
we're petty. It's 2025. This is the first shot at Kunta, and we're going to take it, right? Right. So I'm going to let you know my picks. I'm going with Liberty -3, or Liberty +3, Montana State -4. Give me Texas -6. I'm never going to bet on Ohio State. I don't care what kind of run they're on. I'm just not
that's
betting.
right.
I don't care how good they're playing. I'm not betting on them. Give me Texas +6 and give me Penn State +2 because I'm not picking Notre Dame after they beat my team. All these picks right here are from the heart, so don't bet on these. I already won. Now I can use my heart and tell everybody to fuck off. Fuck off, Ohio State. Fuck off, Notre Dame. That's my picks. D-.
I got the same exact picks you got, DC. Give me Buffalo, give me Montana State, give me Texas and Penn State. I got the same exact thing.
No, I have Liberty. You have Buffalo?
Oh no, I got Buffalo. I got Buffalo.
You got the same thing. You have Buffalo. Okay, so you got Buffalo.
I thought you said Buffalo. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I got Liberty plus those points.
I got Buffalo.
Montana State -4, Texas, and Penn State. All right, cool. Hawk, how you riding here? We're giving Teddy time.
Give me Liberty, North Dakota State, Texas, and Penn State.
All right, Teddy, we are pulling for you. TKO, what are your picks to try to potentially beat the Kunta?
I got Buffalo, North Dakota State.
Wait a minute. I got to say pause.
Yeah, because that was a good one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Buffalo, North Dakota State. Only reason why is because I seen they got Trey Lance's younger brother and I actually watched that game last week. Some of it was pretty good. But Texas, because I cannot bet on Ohio State. I don't care. Except if they're going against Indiana, Charles. And then, and then I'm going with Notre Dame, man. I just think that I don't know. I just picked them because ain't no real reason. I'm just going with Notre Dame right now.
All right. Okay. And we got to do one more thing here for picks. Yesterday, during the Two Sides, One Mic, I texted everybody on the sports panel and let them know there's a T-shirt available. And Hawk, you won a T-shirt, but what was more important about the T-shirt package you won?
The fact that you texted me. Well, after I won the T-shirt, I texted you. I said light work, and he said you beat the sheriff by one call. And I said exactly the way that it should be.
It was
that was
next to my email.
Listen, I don't even care what's on the T-shirt, to be honest. But but as long as I beat the sheriff, and I heard a tumbler was being thrown in on the deal too. So
you're getting a bag, a tumbler, and a T-shirt. But like I got this new thing for the phone here, where like if I want to have a contest, I can program in what caller I want, and like when you call, it'll tell you, "I'm sorry, you're the first caller," without even ringing the phone. So the only time the phone rings is when the winner's on there. And I'm watching the calls come in. I mean, they came in, bam, 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 bam. And the next one comes in, and I answer the phone, and it's Mike. And then right when I answer the phone with Mike, I see the caller ID, and it says Charles Walls. And while I'm on the phone with Mike, Charles sends me a message. It says, "I'm calling, and nobody's picking up."
Because you lost.
Oh, I'm sorry. You were missed by one, the Hawk one. And he went, "Damn it." I mean, I have so much fun with this group here. And congratulations to Mike's T-shirt. That was pretty damn cool right there. We are going on to the next segment brought to you by Metro Cooling and Heating. You can call Mike at 470-694-6225 for all your heating and cooling needs. If your heater ain't working today, don't think he's coming today because nobody's heater is working. Okay? That's the one thing. Like people say, DC, you got that hookup, right? Yeah, I got the hookup. I learned another word. I'm the plug. I own a radio station. If you're in services and you need a service, we have a service person for about everything here, except for blowjobs. We don't do that here. If you got something broke at your house and you know me, call me. We have people that work here for that we sponsor, but they're not coming out on cold days when everybody's shit breaks because they're already out. You got to call first, like Mike. Call him 670. He told me not to say the number because he's booked today, but 470-694-6225 and leave a message. Week 17 is in the books. D-, DC, and TKO all hit the parlay.
Yes, sir.
There's only one thing we need to do here, and I need to go to solo mode with D-. D-, last week we had a talk about the Parlay King.
Yeah. I mean, everybody know who it was, and I sat back and I said who's gonna hit the parlay again, which would be me. So, look, man, I just keep doing this. Like, what we got to keep talking about. So, you know who the real Parlay King is? It's me. That's what I do, man. I pick all the right picks all the time. So, give it to me.
That's right.
I love starting the year off with Petty.
You know what I'm saying?
Let him know something.
TKO, you want to say anything to him? You want to be like you want to move up? Like, what comes under King in the rankings in the royal family? Isn't it Bishop?
Prince.
I
think.
Prince?
Yeah.
Okay, you want to be the Prince of Parlay? That has a pause.
No, because then it feel like somebody's sonning me. Then, so
Yeah.
I'm good on that. I'm good.
No, you wouldn't say it that way. You wouldn't put Prince first. You would say Parlay Prince.
Okay, I like that.
Sounds like it needs a power to it.
I like that. Because then when I win, it's gonna be like next year again. Because I'm out the woods at this point. It'll be off with their heads next year. Let's put it like that.
All right, so let's see how it rings. We'll put Teddy up there and see what face it makes. Now, welcome to the show, the Parlay Prince, TKO.
Bow down.
All right, I like it.
And all you.
Here right now. If he's
like
listening right now and he's under the house, he is fucking fuming mad. He's not cold. We're doing this to keep you warm, buddy.
Because I think I'm getting up there in the numbers with the parlay so far, right? That's probably like my fourth one. Probably.
I actually do not have a parlay count except for D-minuses.
Okay.
But I will go back and count them up.
Yeah.
The rest of the panel went 5-1. So here are your standings. D- has 85 wins. Kuta has 83 wins. DC 78. Eddie 76. Mike 74. Sheriff 70. With the people that are here, how many people are open to picking all games last week? Watch D-. He's out of this.
Let's see. Let's see.
Nice, you better vote out.
Me, yeah, I say yeah, because I got nothing to lose. I got a game. So
Because I can only catch up that way.
D-.
That's a no for me. Nope, that's not happening. That's not happening.
I bet.
All right, we're gonna
It's
leave.
not happening.
We're gonna leave it the same way. We pick all the.
The only thing that makes it difficult is the fact that, like, we talked about Philly earlier. Jalen Hurts and Saquon aren't playing, so it's like,
Yeah.
But it's to say when some of these teams are still not that bad off. That even if the backup's playing, it's not like it's a guaranteed win for the Giants. I agree with what you're saying, but we're also looking at it too. It's the Giants, bro. They're gonna try to lose out to make sure they get the
Giants and Eagles game. Actually, they're talking about that game. Mm-hmm. I think the Eagles are going to lay down and let the Giants win this game. I'm being honest with you.
I'd say the Giants may try to lay down too. That's the problem.
Right,
they both will try to lay down.
Well, I mean, they tried to lay down last week and they wound up beating the Colts.
No, they were playing last week.
You had the number 1 draft pick. You got to play the Colts and the Eagles.
That was stupid.
You got the number 1 pick in your bag.
Mm-hmm.
It's like another Raider move. I don't feel bad now because New York did it.
But what if they, let's say this, what if some of the coaches that, like, the team is playing for the coaches to expect, like, well, the ball, maybe for a lot of people, they want him to move on, like Mike McCartney. What if the guys are showing like, hey, I'm there for the coach. We just need to change the culture and change some players out. Yeah. So I can see it two of the same, because like with Dallas, personally, I want him gone, and I'm a fan. I don't know how he affects that team. However, he may be the right guy. I don't know, but it could be two ways like that.
It could be.
It's
kind of cool. All right. Well, anyways, we're not going to change it. We're going to keep the same format we always do. I wanted to try it and just see if D- bit, but he didn't.
Nah.
I didn't expect him to, though. You didn't see me try to do it when I was in college football, I would have said, no way. Winning is fun.
I'm getting my victory.
Yeah, I'm with you, D-. But remember, in the playoffs, we do play all games. So we can catch up with
since I joined the show, Joe, this be the first time I'm not second place to DC, because you remember baseball, DC got that guy second, and then in college I may end up being second. I'm going to be Kunta.
Well, actually, you are still second to me. I'm in third, you're in fourth, so you're still right.
Yeah. I mean, D- got it out. Yeah, I'm like, I
mean, can we all agree to one thing we don't want to be is behind the sheriff?
Right.
I know this shit right.
Okay? We're going to get Petty started off here in 2025. If you're behind the Sheriff, you know you're having a bad year.
Yeah.
Listen, I haven't even played the whole season, and I'm still not behind the Sheriff. So I'm trying to keep it that way.
Oh, it's on a high here today. It's on high today. All right, so Mr. Hawk, you are 4 games in front of the Sheriff. When you see your thing up there, go ahead and tell us your picks this week. That was awesome.
All right. Let me get the Cincinnati Bengals.
Wow.
The Tampa. Listen, the only reason I'm saying Bengals is because
Hey.
I think they're still like mathematically alive
They are.
somehow, and so they got something to play for. Give me the Bucks. Give me Green Bay. Give me the Seahawks because the Rams aren't playing anyone, and porn star Jimmy is going to be starting at quarterback. Give me Denver because I believe Kansas City's resting everyone. And then this last one, I'm trying to figure out if I want to wager with this Lions Vikings game or if I'm just going to take the Chargers. Yeah, I got to take the Chargers.
I'm with you. You already got
just because that last game came down to a field goal. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird, but if there's one game I'm looking forward to this week, it's that Vikings-Lions game. That's going to be crazy.
All right, so DMB 11, you got Bengals, Bucks, Packers, Seahawks, Broncos, and Chargers. All right. Next up would be TKO.
All right.
You are 2 games behind DC. Can you catch up?
Let's see. Hopefully you didn't pick the same as I did because I think you took a lot of lay downs just like I did. So we'll hopefully mathematically be compatible on this. But I got the Falcons over the Panthers. I do think they'll get that last spot in the playoffs. I think actually no, that's for the division, right? Yeah, if they win against the Panthers, they win the division, correct?
Yeah, they'll fight it.
I got that. I'm going to take the Texans because they're still fighting, getting playoff ready. I got the Chargers over the Raiders. I'm not going to lie. Thank you for telling me all about the Rams game because I did pick the Rams, Mike. But now you told me that I'm picking the Chargers as well because I did not know that. I thought they were going to play their starters. Got the Buccaneers beating the Saints. Got the Packers beating those sorry-ass Bears. I hate the Bears. I don't know why I hate them. I just hate them. And the Bills are going to beat the Patriots. I think they just same thing with the Giants. It's like I think they like the coach, but I don't know. Yeah, they're gonna stumped out by the Bills. Even if they sat everybody, they're still gonna get whooped.
All right, so we got $TKO B-Town, Falcons, Texans, Chargers, Bucks, Packers, and Bills.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you got your boy DC here. This is not the week to gamble with me. Not the week. I'm just trying to maintain my position, and I'm picking all the games that, like Teddy said, I believe are the sit-down games. So with that said, the Browns and the Ravens. The Browns ain't trying to do nothing now. They already gave Jameis Winston his contract. They're planning for next year. The Ravens will win that game. Commenting on the Bengals-Steelers game, that is way too competitive to put money in that game. Everybody needs to win that game to stay in the playoffs. Try to stay away from those games if you can when you're gambling. Panthers and Falcons. The Falcons find a way to fuck up winning the division every year. This is going to be another one of those. Don't bet that. I'm just talking about things that happen here. So here's my picks. Ravens, Texans. The Titans are going to get the number 1 pick unless the Bears get it. And if the Bears get it, holy shit, that's going to be 3 years in a row the Bears get the number 1 pick and still don't win any games. Ravens, Texans, Commanders, Buccaneers, Packers, and Bills. 4D Apparel, $. All right, he got your leader here. He don't want nothing to do with letting nobody get extra games in to catch up with his ass. He said, I'm finna ride this out. I don't blame him. D-.
Well,
tell people what they need to do today.
Well, I'm gonna be a little gussy because I am a parlay king. So I mean, I'm gonna give you guys a chance to catch me. But but you're not going to do it because my picks are so vicious. So I'm going to start off with the Browns and the Ravens. I'll take the Ravens over that. Ravens can win the AFC North with the Pittsburgh loss. So I think the Ravens going to get the Browns because the Browns going to lay down. Falcons and the Panthers. I disagree with you. Falcons need to win this game in order to stay relevant. They have to. Tampa have to lose and Falcons have to win. So I'm gonna take the Falcons over the Panthers, which I know Panthers is a spoiler team, but I don't think they're trying to win anything right now. I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers over the Saints. Saints is not even playing Derek Carr, not playing nobody. Bucks got to win this game to win the division, so I like the Bucks in that game. The Vikings and the Lions. I'm picking this game because I am the parlay king. Give me the Lions over the Vikings. Even it's gonna be a hell of a game. It's going to be a 80-point, maybe 90-point game, probably. But give me the Lions at home. I like that. Give me the Broncos over the Chiefs. The Broncos need to win to stay relevant, so they're going to be playing hard. Patrick Mahomes not playing. I'm pretty sure ain't nobody else playing either on Kansas City team. So Broncos should win this easily.
Who's
and
their
give me the Dolphins over the Jets. Dolphins also need to win this game. They're not starting Tua. Well, they say not starting, but who knows? They might put Tua in. Who knows? But I like them over the Jets. Jets not going to do anything. So give me the Dolphins. So give me the Ravens, Falcons, Bucks, Lions, Broncos, and the Dolphins. How you truly pick games like this, baby. Let's go.
You sound like that Allstate commercial with the compliment.
Gotta make it sound good, man. Gotta make it sound good.
He just goes real deep and he says, Allstate. Oh, you need to pick this for your insurance.
Hey, DC, to answer your question, the backup quarterback in Kansas City is Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz, yeah.
Let's go, Big Red. The big
Hey, we may have a ball game then. I'm sorry.
I don't know there.
I don't know.
Carson Wentz could come up there and just want to ball out.
I'm
Man,
telling
y'all
you, bro.
lost y'all damn
I'm
mind.
telling you.
Y'all need to cut that shit out, really.
Hey, you know how Denver drop a game every now and again, bro.
Really?
I'm telling you, dog. Like,
Really,
they ain't
man?
seen him play in a while. He got something to earn. He trying to get the contract somewhere.
I seen him play last week when he came in for Patrick Mahomes. I mean,
Hey, that was last week.
weeks ago.
He wasn't preparing to be the starter for the week. He got a week to prepare.
Bo
I
Nix.
don't know.
We believe in Bo, baby.
Oh, there you have it
I
right
do
there.
like Bo Nix. I'm not dissing him, but I would say, man, when you got a team like Kansas City, man, they playing around with this last week. They could play around and still beat you sometimes. I mean, honestly, you could have the best game plan, they still could beat you.
Hey, man, they going to Denver. That high altitude going to fuck them up. So I like Denver in that game, man. Like, give me Denver all day.
You got a good point, though. I ain't gonna lie.
All right, and there you have it. We're going to go to our next segment here, brought to you by One Condoms. Have them everywhere. This segment is brought to you by One Condoms. They have 10 lengths, 9 girths, and over 60 sizes available. Download your fit kit today and get your shit fit right. All right, before we go into this, I'm just saying right here, hey, does anybody make a New Year's resolution that they want to put out publicly? I don't do that shit because I kind of feel like my New Year's resolution is to make a New Year's resolution. I failed. I'm good. I'm clean now. I don't have to stress out and shit. Anybody make a New Year's resolution this year?
Nah.
I'm proud of all of you. That's awesome. I don't understand that shit. I'm just saying. Anyways, I'm just saying it's the time to do that right now. D-, what are you just saying today?
I was gonna talk about the Georgia Bulldog, but I'm gonna get stressed out before I go bowl. So let's talk about the Steelers. Steelers, we got a important game today, man. We need to win this game. We need to get back to our running the ball, open the pass up for Russell. If we don't win this game and Baltimore win, we could drop down to play Baltimore in the first round. Now, I'm not saying we scared of Baltimore because we're not. But I'd rather play Houston. If we win this game today, we'll play Houston probably. And hopefully Baltimore lose, which that probably won't happen. But we'll play Houston. I would rather have my chance with Houston because Houston suck. CJ Stroud suck. Houston suck. So Steelers. Steeler Nation, baby. Win this is for your boy. I'm just saying.
One for the Gimper.
I'm not going to mute him. I promise I wouldn't. Did anybody feel like there was some pleading going on?
Oh, definitely.
Okay,
Just a little bit.
Okay. D-minus, now that we brought you back here, what are you worried about? What are you worried about? I got to know. Like, what are you worried about? I definitely heard pleading.
I'm worried that we got to play Baltimore in the first round, and I don't want to do that. Not the first round, because Steelers been known to get bounced out in the first round. I'm tired of that. So we need to go to the second round of the playoffs at least, so Mike Tomlin can keep his job and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So
it's crazy that we're talking about that. You know
what I'm saying, though, Ted. That's how it is.
I agree, and I think that's the wildest thing to me. That
yeah.
And I was talking to a Steelers fan on Facebook. We go back and forth all the time. But like I told him, I have mad respect for a person like Mike Tomlin. He's a leader, you know. But I said the same thing to him. Sometimes just being even isn't sometimes good enough for other teams. And I don't know, man. I mean, it's crazy though. We're still talking about that every year that Mike Tomlin may be gone. That is wild to me.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, TKO. What are you just saying today?
I'll keep it simple, man. 2 years ago on this date, I decided to do something I thought wasn't capable of my life at that time. My aunt passed away 2 years ago on on New Year's Day, actually 2 years ago. We came back for the repast, and I did something that I always do at that time, was drinking a lot of alcohol. I didn't do anything crazy or nothing, but I woke up and realized that when I made people that I love the most around me every single day want to get away from me, I decided that maybe the alcohol was the problem, and it changed everything about me for so many years. So I would just say today is my 2-year sobriety from alcohol. I'm very proud of myself for being able to, again, learn how to change and develop and be a better person. I'm not saying this to everyone else that, you know, again, if you drink alcohol, by all means, I wouldn't say that I miss it. I remember all the I would say good times, but it really wasn't. I was drunk. But I would say to everybody, no, this is not a campaign to tell you stop drinking alcohol. I just know it didn't work for me, and that's the way I want to maintain my life, because it allows me to be a better person, and it allows me to be able to function and and the people around me love me more than they ever had before. So I just want to say thank you to everyone that's still a part of my life through all the stuff that I've done, possibly good or bad. I feel like I'm a better man now, and it's all glory to God. Without him in my life, I wouldn't still have the family and the friends like I have with you guys. Y'all probably wouldn't even knew me if I would have kept going down that path. So I just wanted to say thank you, God, for, again, always being there for me in my darkest hours. And I'm just so grateful right now for this another chance at life.
Congratulations out to you too there, Teddy. That's a big goal.
Yeah.
With 2 years sober. I appreciate you sharing that with us there. Hawk, what are you just saying today?
This is going to be pretty quick, but really just a tip of the cap to Tyler Lockett, the Seattle Seahawks wide receiver. I think this is going to be his last year. I think that, he says he wants to play another year. I think that this is going to be his last year with the Seahawks. There's a lot to say about the type of person that he is, the stuff that he did in the community in the Seattle area. He was drafted as a punt returner, kick returner, only to find out that he would be a pretty damn good wide receiver for a bunch of years, and just a class act type of person. And there's any young kids out there that are looking to model their game after someone, Tyler Lockett would be one of those people. Did it the right way, did it healthy for the most part, was a good upstanding person, wasn't really like crying on the field, complaining about money, any of that type of stuff. Just kind of always did it the right way. He's going to go down as one of the best receivers in Seahawks history. He's on the list. And so just a tip of the cap to him. He's a lot of fun to watch, and he'll definitely be missed around the Pacific Northwest once he's gone.
All right, appreciate you there, Mike. And my first one for 2025 of I'm just saying, dads, it's time for you to be responsible for your children.
Bro, I know goddamn well this ain't what y'all, the paper y'all gave me back. Ain't no way y'all gave me this. The paper y'all gave me back. I gave y'all see my son, my nephew, and they 2 friends from school. I gave them 4 words to spell. I said spell coincidence, tremendous, penguin, and extravagant.
Oh my!
Hey, that guy's funny, man. He is funny. I follow him.
You right now.
Oh.
I graduated high school. This is on the parents too. Parents, ask your kids to spell those 4 words for me today. If they come anywhere close to this, please put your son in the tire class. I don't know what it's called now, but back in the day, we used to call, Forrest Gump, he's not going to learn how to retread ties. That's the fuck he is. He's stupid. If you're dumb, you retread tires. I'm sorry. If you can't spell coincidence because you think it's spelled K-A, god damn. I'm just saying. This has been Get Money Sports, our first show of the year. Welcome to 2025. D-minus. Go get that fucking money, bro.
Gotta get out of here, fellas. I'll see y'all, man.
All right, brother.
Cut out, D.
You know who made it.